Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nespeakiw, our bi-weekly show where we talk about all things related to learning English. Now, this week we will talk about UGRAD. UGRAD is basically a scholarship opportunity fully funded by the U.S. Embassy to study a whole semester in the United States. To talk about this, we have two great guests who will share their experiences with us. But before we get to that, let me introduce you to my new partner in crime, Javier. Are you here?
Hi, Leticia, I'm here. Thanks so much for the introduction, and hello everyone from Pennsylvania, where it's snowing currently. As many of you know, my name is Javier, and I study at Columbia University, so I'm excited to maybe see some of you in person if you get accepted to the UGRAD exchange program. Now, if you're in a hurry, don't worry, just remember that all our live videos are saved to our YouTube channel, so you can always go back and watch the rest later. And be sure to check out the video description where you'll find some important information and links that will help you get started with your UGRAD application directly. But if you have any questions, be sure to stick around and we'll try to answer them towards the end.
Now, I know you guys do have a lot of questions like, am I eligible? How is the application process like? Is it hard? Is it easy? And that's why we have today with us Djoumana and Chanez, who will tell us about their experience. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Now, Djoumana and Chanez, did you both meet during your UGRAD experience?
Actually, we didn't. She went to the US in 2017. Once she came back, I went to the US. So we met right after back and right before I went there.
As a fun fact, the first time ever I met Chanez, it was during her pre-departure orientation. I actually gave her pre-departure orientation, so that was the first time we met.
Great. Girls, can you tell us, how did you learn about the program? Did you see the announcement or anything? Can you tell us about the first steps of the application? How was it?
Personally, I learned about the program through social media. I was just researching different scholarships online, and I bumped into Global UGRAD. I wasn't sure what it was, but then I did some extra research. I reached out to alumni and I asked them about it, and then I started filling out the application forms directly.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I learned about Global UGRAD in SILA 2016. So the U.S.Embassy had a booth. That's when they had someone from the embassy talk about the scholarship. So he talked about different exchange programs, and one of them was UGRAD. As he was explaining, I was like, I'm eligible for this program, so I'm gonna try it. So yeah, that's how I got to know UGRAD.
Great. And Chanez and Djoumana, can you tell us a little more about the interview? I'm sure a lot of people are curious about it. What kind of questions did you get, and what happened after the interview?
Right. So as you said, many people really ask about this. Like, it's really huge. Like, they think they're going to ask them about history, whereas actually it's very, very easy. It's all about yourself. They're not going to ask questions about history or about geology or whatever people think. Basically, they're just going to look over your application and ask you to give more details about things that you have already written.
For the questions that people would usually get, يعني ما همش أسئلة تعجيزية ولا حاجة هكا. Like, they will ask you things that you know, and after the interview, the wait is just, you feel like it's long, but it's not very long. For the interview questions, they will be very encouraging. They will ask you about things you mentioned in your application form. So just remember to be genuine, be yourself, remember what you wrote down, and just answer spontaneously. That's it.
Girls, بعد ما خيروكم وش صار بعد الانترفيو؟ كان كاين تيست دونجلي توفل واسك جاكم سهل؟ كنتوا واجدين؟ كيفاش حكولنا؟
Chana, you can go.
Djoumana? Go first.
Okay. So after I got the call, you are accepted to participate in UGRAD, you are a finalist. I was pretty excited, and then the paperwork started. يعني كانوا لازم بزاف documents نديرهم. بصح I had guidance from the embassy themselves. كل ما نحتاج حاجة نبعث لهم غير email. What should I do? How do I do this? And they would let me know. And then we had to pass the TOEFL test. أنا عقبته في قسنطينة. And of course, they gave me a waiver to pay for it. Just عقبت le test ومن بعد ورا ما خرجوا les résultats بعثت لهم I sent them the results, and then the procedures continued.
Well, you're pretty lucky you got a call. I just got c'est la même procédure. J'use le test après. Bon, les résultats يروح automatiquement à l'US.Embassy. U.S.Embassy بعته Washington je crois. مانيش sûre mais je crois que c'est ça هذا هو الترتيب تاع الأحداث. Mais sinon voilà كما قلت كاين هذاك لو ستريس إيتاب الأخرى كاين توجور هذاك لو ستريس. من الابليكيشن الانترفيو كاين ستريس كبير. من الانترفيو لا ريبونس ستريس encore bigger. And then once you get a positive response, we're really excited about what's coming up next. And yeah, but every single step was unique. Every single step was definitely unique.
Definitely.
Great. So Chanez and Djoumana, could you talk a little bit more about the placement process? So did you get placed at the universities automatically, or did you get to choose? And once you were, you knew which university you would be placed at, were you happy with the selection?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna say no.
Chanez, I think you're cutting off.
But I'm breaking?
Yes.
Probably. Can you repeat the last part, please?
So I said, as I'm concerned, I'm talking about myself. I did not get the chance to pick the university I went to. It was automatic. But to be honest with you, I did not really have a university in mind. I just was focusing on studying, was focusing on the modules I was going to study. I think that's what I wanted.
No, it's working.
Okay, it's working?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah. So as I said, I went to Fayetteville State University.
Okay.
It's back to glitching. Djoumana, can you tell us your experience, because we cannot hear you until Chanez's internet is better.
Okay, so for me, I didn't choose the university I went to as well. I was automatically placed. I was actually pretty satisfied with the selection, with the university. Of course, like Chanez said, I didn't really have a university in mind. يعني مش كنت دايرة في بالي تاع لازم نروح اليونيفرسيتي هذه كلها. أنا just كنت okay, I'm going to the United States to study, yay! And lucky for me, I'm a winter person وقريت في Grand Valley State University in Michigan. كان الشتاء تاعها بزاف بارد. It had a lot of snow and I absolutely loved it. So I just focused on making a lot of friends, taking my courses, the needed courses, and having the best of time.
Great. Chanez, I think Chanez, can you try again?
You want me to say what I said again?
Yeah, because the internet was glitching.
Okay. Can you hear me better right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I said I did not have the chance to pick the university. I was sent to Fayetteville State University. It was an HBCU. Historically, so everybody, basically saying almost everyone there was Black. And what I wanted when I was in Algeria, why did I want to go to study in the US? Because I wanted something different. إجا غير تدخلي لليونيفرسيتي تشوفيها from ethnicity واحدة أخرى. Déjà c'était ça la chose la plus différente. هنايا كاع سي دي بلون، تما كاع سي دي بلاك، هنا كامل يهضروا عربية، تما كامل يهضروا أنجلي. هنا كاع يعرفوا على les États-Unis بصح et c'était magnifique. I had the chance to meet awesome people. I had the chance to study about great stuff. I learned a lot about history. I learned a lot about their ethnicity, and I think they also learned a lot about Algerian culture. Yeah.
or l'université تقدروا تحكوا لنا كيفاش لما وصلتوا لأمريكان like were you comfortable كيفاش كانت السنة الأولى تاعكم any experiences
well
Go first, teacher.
Okay, so السمانة الأولى أنا أصلاً كانت la première fois تاعي نخرج خلاص من الجزائر à part you know casual travels. So the first week I took my time to discover campus. Luckily I was with a good friend اللي وليت en contact معها قبل ما نبدأ البروغرام. She was from Malaysia and كانت also my roommate. For the first few weeks. So we discovered campus, we made friends, we made sure to attend cultural events and to get to know international students. فوتنا تاني the first week تاع orientation week هذيك باش عرفنا وين نقرا وكيفاش راح نقرا transportation. So it was definitely a week filled with information and getting to know people. That's definitely important to make a lot of friends as much as you can.
It's funny because قبل كي تحكي وانا نتفكر la première semaine تاعي جوزها غير قعد تودرت في الكامبس. الكامبس was huge and I was I remember being lost. I got lost like several times. Donc شفت غير دو repères وين الدورم تاعي library وين كنت نقرا الكتابات and like the cafe دابخي كي نقراو اللي بديت نشفى شويه ونقرا هيك بديت نديبلاسي شويه entre الجيم different blocks and everything. Yeah.
And what did you think about Americans in the U.S. university system? I mean, I'm American, but please be honest. And do you think it was easy to get adapted? Do you think that the Algerian system prepared you sufficiently to adjust to the American university system?
Speaking of myself, it was definitely easy. To be honest, كان بزاف عفايس اللي كنت دارتهم في بالي ما حنيجوا صعاب. بزاف عفايس اللي كنت نشوفهم compliqué بصح كي حكيت تما كل شيء était simple. Il y avait rien de compliqué. Nothing was complicated. Il y avait le truc اللي كنت خايفة the most le choix تاع les cours تاعي. Donc j'avais choisi des cours بصح ما كانش vraiment نقرا. Et juste après, قلت لهم bon voilà, عجبوني كاع لي كور تاعي à part كاين un cours vraiment ما drop out. قلت لهم كيفاش قلت بروحي sur le lit.
Can you repeat the last part please? You were cut off. What was the course?
Well, a course in writing analysis. I didn't like it. They asked me to drop out and sign class واحد آخر. So, كيما قلت لكم, it's very easy. There's nothing complicated. Après, par la suite, everything was easy, honestly. Yeah. Djoumana?
Yeah, so for me, ما كانش vraiment عندي des préjugements ولا تاع راح نروح هكا ونلقى. I was just too excited to worry about anything, to be honest. I was like, I'm going to the United States to study for a semester. I'm not going to think about anything else. And when I got there, تلمو خالطك international students, I feel like كانوا بالك عنا 7 or 8 Americans and then 20 or 27 international friends. So كانت بزاف كانت diversity ودي هي الحاجة اللي عجبتني in the US on campus especially. And for me as a student of English, نقرأ بزاف في اليونيفرسيتي تاعنا نقرأ بزاف على diversity, different cultures, civilizations, etc. So I was so eager to learn about these cultures in person. بس كامل عنا هكا ليماج تاع United States, you know, New York mostly كي تقولي United States الناس كامل تقولك New York, Chicago. So it was very interesting to get like a deeper look into these cultures, into these international cultures, the real American culture, etc. So it wasn't really that difficult. You have the guidance you need. عندك des amis, عندك même l'administration تعاونك بزاف. So honestly just go for it. مامسي تبان لك باللي واعرة ولا تبان لك صعيبة، ما صح تحط رجلك التما راح تتوضح الأمور بزاف. So yeah.
Before I ask the next question, let me remind you guys بتقدروا تقسوهم des questions في comments and we will ask them before we leave. Now, the last question is, overall, ladies, what was the experience like? What did you take from it here? What did you overall take from UGRAD and you brought back to Algeria?
Well, for me, I would say countless friendships, new ideas, many new ideas. كان بزاف حوايج اللي كنت نخمم فيهم بصح after my UGRAD experience تبدلت la vision تاعي. I became more tolerant, I became more ambitious even. قلت خلاص مادام وصلت هنا وصلت ليوغراد نقدر ندير حوايج خلاف، نقدر نوصل لحوايج أكتر من هكا. And I was proud to say I became a global citizen. So yeah.
Well, mutual feeling. Le truc, c'est que avant Global UGRAD, on avait tous avec la question de what's out there. Vous voyez, qu'on a choisi ce qu'il y avait derrière. We always wondered what's out there. C'est vrai qu'il y a les films, il y a la musique, il y a les articles. Mais c'est juste people reporting. Sometimes people imagining. C'est que tu fais le genre, everything is clearer. Et when things got clearer, genre, I knew what I wanted. Global UGRAD helped me figure out what I really wanted. Voilà. And of course, countless friendships and everything you said. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Chanez and Djoumana. I think what we'll do now is we'll start taking some questions from the audience. The first one I have from Qasim Anis Bouali, who asks, what level of IELTS do I need to be accepted? And in general, what should my English level be to participate in this program?
Chanez, would you like to take this? Or... Okay, so for the level of IELTS, personally, we passed the TOEFL, but I think that you can just contact the embassy or read carefully. It depends on each university and on the criteria they're looking for. بصح تقدر تحكي مع الامباساد، تقدر تحكي قبل ما تعود راح تعقب لو تيست تقول لهم فوالا شحال لاباغ اللي لازم نجيبها, how much do you need, and they will let you know. Usually يقول لك 6-7 IELTS. I'm talking about IELTS باش كيمشيو 6-7, so that should be good. سينو في TOEFL you can ask surtout شوفوا, don't hesitate to contact the embassy and ask for information باسكو راح يجاوبوكم ويعاونوكم بزاف.
Exactly.
So just check with them.
Do not hesitate to send me.
Juste pour clarifier حاجة, باش participer في Global UGRAD, باش تابلايو كما نقولوا, ماشي لازم يكون عندكم التوفل ولا الآيلتس. لي فيناليست راح يجوزوا التوفل وماشي هما اللي يخلصوا عليه. It's the U.S.Embassy who pays for it. It's the State Department. It's part of your scholarship. D'accord? Donc ماشي لازم اللي ما عندوش آيلتس ولا ما عندوش توفل, don't let this hold you back. ماشي لازم apply ومن بعد إذا tu es finaliste هما يجوزوا لك توفل. Maintenant, en ce qui concerne le score tag, je vais dire جيب قد ما تقدر. Parce que les universités في les États-Unis ماشي كامل كيف. إذا جبت سكور فابل راح نحطك في université شوية اللي تجيك سهلة. إذا جبت سكور شباب, genre on va dire 100 ولا 90, 95 هذوك, راح نحطك في université اللي vraiment تكون شوية difficile على الآخرين. Donc vise le top. Voilà, c'est ça.
عندنا تاني une question من شيماء تقصيكم, اسك لازم معدل عالي باش يقبلوك في UGRAD؟
Alors المعدل تاعك اسكو عالي؟ non ماشي لازم يكون المعدل تاعك عالي, mais المعدل تاعك راح يكون un plus. voilà, ماشي لازم يكون عندك معدل عالي. انا franchement ما كانش عندي معدل بزاف, mais j'étais acceptée. voilà.
شوفي هما في الامباساد في الجلوبال يو جراد بلوتو ما همش يحوسوا عليك تاع لازم 17 de moyenne 18 de moyenne or something like that. هي just genre they see what you have to offer, you know, are you willing to work hard, are you a leader in your society. تسمى ما همش راح يركزوا غير على الكوتي تاع القرايه وشحال تجيبي لا موين ولا كيفاش تقراي في اليونيفرسيتي تاعك. يعني مهما يكون الدومين اللي تقراي فيه هما راح يشوفوا بزاف حوايج ماشي حيركزوا غير على موين. So مهما يكون المعدل تاعك just go for it.
Great, thanks so much. We have another question from Amar Azouza. This question is to Djoumana. And I want to know if you could tell them a little more about the technical fields at the university that you attended in Michigan, and what kind of specialties they have. Maybe talk about the different fields that they have at that university.
Okay, so like I said, أنا قريت في Grand Valley State University. أنا here I major in language and culture, English language and culture. Alors the courses اللي قريتهم ليها كانوا similar because لازم 50% of the courses يكونوا في الدومين تاعك اللي تقراه ولا اللي تقراه. So ما عم باليش exactement وش كانوا كاين exact courses في technical fields. بصح كانوا كاين بزاف اللي يقراو electrical engineering and mechanical engineering. كان بزاف هادو لي دومين. So انت باش لازم ولا انت باش تعرف واش عندها في اليونيفرسيتي. It's very easy غير ادخلي State Valley Grand Valley State University. تدخلي لو سيت تاعهم واي يونيفرسيتي سواء اللي رحت لها انا ولا يونيفرسيتي خلاف تدخلي عندهم راح تلقاي الكورسز that they give. So تلقاي في الفيلد تاعك في other fields تلقاي music biochemistry راح تلقاي بزاف حوايج انت تشوفي الكورس اللي توالمك. And of course كي تروحي لتما you will have someone to mentor you. يعني راح تروحي لتما انت اول مره راح تسجلي someone from the administration تاع اليونيفرسيتي اللي تروحي لها راح يقول لك فوالا ها هو الكورسز اللي كاين ها كيفاش تحوسي على الكورسز ها هو كيفاش تسجلي وقداش السكور تاع each course. So you will be guided. Just to have an overall view, try to log into the university website شوفي وش عندهم الكورسز اللي كاين. So that's all.
مي overall كاين كامل لي سبيسياليتي so ما تخلوش المعدل تاعكم لا سبيسياليتي hold you back from applying because ما في applications it's more about leadership what you have to offer as Djoumana said exactly. عندنا تاني une question حسين بن إلا ويسقسيكم على la différence في grading system between the USA and here.
So Chanez, you can take this
Bon,
one.
هنايا هنا c'est sur 20 d'accord. عندك les examens تاعين والمعدل العام على 20. في اليو اس it's out of 4 donc the best grade هي 4.0. كاين سلمان he got 4.2 he's a genius I'm not I got a 4.0 donc 4.0. يعني باش نقول لكم tout à l'heure سقسيتونا la question تاع اسكو لازم يكون عندك اسكو لازم تكونوا فريمون هايلين en anglais. لازم يكون عندكم ان نيفو شباب ماشي نقولوا يكونوا experts mais il suffit بك يكون عندكم نيفو شباب و like you make some effort في اليونيفرسيتي في القرايه تاعكم. هذا ما كان انا يا بون je faisais des efforts vraiment je faisais des efforts. je me rappelle كنت نقرا شويه بزاف شويه اكثر من الاخرين et خلصت عليها avec un 4.0 donc best grade voilà donc c'est ça la différence. هنا على 20 تما على 4 et bon هنايا كاين les examens تما كاين finals وكاين semi finals. No, how do they call them Djoumana? The midterm.
Yeah,
the
they
midterm,
do call it
right?
midterms, finals
The
as
midterm.
well.
Right. So the midterm and the finals. Donc, you use this exam twice. و à chaque fois عندك homework دير. Donc, الhomework تاعك ما كانش لي يجوز هكاك برك. Chaque homework عنده grade تاعو و c'est sur 100 في الكانفاس. même تما كان عندكم كانفاس Djoumana.
We use the blackboard. ما كناش نخدموا بكانفاس كنا نخدموا بالبلاكبورد تاع اليونيفرسيتي.
حنا كنا نخدموا بكانفاس et à chaque fois يعطيك assignment tu le fais c'est sur 100 ولا c'est sur 30 à chaque fois كيفاش et puis chaque module عنده la note تاعو. Et donc, si tu réussis à avoir des A, des A, des A, des A, tu passes avec un 4,0. Voilà.
Et aussi كاين مش كيما باغ اكزومبل هنا في in Algeria تقدر تقول بلي كاين سيستم واحد تاع الجريدين مي اللي ها each teacher has his or her own methods يعني كيما احنا for example one of my teachers كانوا يعقبونا هكا شي 3 زوز 3 4 sometimes midterms ومن بعد اللي تدي فيه لا ميور نوت يخليوه لك والاخرين ما يحسبوهمش يعني تعقب 3 or 4 tests من بعد يخيروا the best 2 and the other 2 they just drop them so it's all about the efforts you make يعني تقرا دير جهدك and you will get the grade you want you deserve.
Voilà, basically juste pour entre parenthèses يعني كنا نهضروا tout à l'heure على l'influence اللي كانت les États-Unis عندها علينا. Donc maintenant درك نستعمل هاد لا ميثود. Les élèves تاعي كي يخدموا يديروا شحال من خدمه الخدمه الميور نحسبها لهم. Just to encourage them.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we'll wrap it up with one last question, and this is a general question about, are there boys that participate in the UGRAD exchange program? Does the U.S. Embassy not give the scholarships to boys? So maybe you could talk about the demographics when you were doing your orientation and other people that you know who have done the UGRAD exchange program.
Nah, it's for girls. Nah, sorry, dude. No way.
Actually, personally, when أنا كعيطوا لي عنا صح like the first selections بعد الانترفيو بعد final selection. So أنا كعيطوا لي في الانترفيو تاعي كنا 4 girls and I think 4 boys or 3 boys. And في العام تاعي راحوا معايا 2 boys as well. So yes, you got equal opportunities, boys and girls. I think personally من أنا والشفت I think that we have a lot of girls who apply more than boys. على ديك ديما peut-être تشوفوا باللي بعتوا البنات. But no, equal opportunities for boys, girls, no matter where you're from. كاين equal opportunities. يعني غير just go for it. You know, you're a guy, apply for it, show them you deserve it. You're a girl, apply for it, show them you deserve it. Everything else doesn't matter. It's about your abilities, your capacities, the efforts you make, and that's all.
Exactly. Javier, I think we need to take one last one because it's being repeated. كي وليتوا كيفاش عاودتوا دخلتوا في اليونيفرسيتي تاعكم؟ اسك فاليداو لكم هذاك السيمستر اللي جوزتوه ولا عاودتوا ولا كيفاش؟
I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Chanez.
Alors, أنايا قبل ما نروح كي قلت لهم بلي فوالا جيتي سيليكسيوني أنا رايحة تواتو قالوا لي فوالا كومون فا فير حتجوزي لي زيكزامان تاعك تروحي tu vas être considérée absente وغير تجي حتجوزي لي زيكزامان تاعك كيما الآخرين. Donc I had to catch up all my classes et j'étais considérée absente. C'est tout ce qui s'est passé. أنا مع العلم أني رحت أنايا في août ووليت في ديسمبر. تسمى هذيك لا بيريود تاع سبتمبر اكتوبر نوفمبر ديسمبر كنت ابسنت. هذا ما كان. ابري غير بدينا جونفي جوزنا لي زيكزامان وانا كاسكو جو فوزي ما كنتش نقرا واش كنا نقراو كي كنت في ليزيتازوني كنت I was focusing on what I was studying in the جيت كانوا عندي 15 جور جي راترابي كاع واش داروا هما في هذوك لي 15 جور وجوزت لي زيكزامان تاعي وجبت السيمستر و جو سي با هذاك. Donc voilà, c'est pas compliqué. C'était pas compliqué انايا. Pour ceux qui se demandent, أنا قريت في l'UNS تاع بوزريعة. I majored in English teaching. Voilà. Djoumana?
For me, أنا قريت في Galma University l'UM 45 so أنا تاني قبل ما نروح حكيت معهم كنت بروميير اني حكيت معهم قلت لهم فوالا I was accepted في UGRAD كيفاش ندير genre كامل قالوا لي ما عندناش كيفاش نديروا لك لازم تبلوكي. الوغ رحت ليواس قلت معليش تستاهل رايحه ليواس بعقليه خلاص نبلوكي معليش. But after I got there after I think 1 or 2 months contactani our dean وقال لي okay we managed to solve the problem, here's what you're gonna do. راح نمدوا لك الايكويفالنت تاع هادو لي 4 موديول. احنا كنا نقراو جو بونس 12 موديول. الوغ قال لي راح نمدوا لك الايكويفالنت تاع these 4 modules والباقي كي تجي تقرايه كامل. So وليت j'ai contacté some of my teachers قلت لهم كاش homework essays كامل نبعتهم لكم from the US so I was kind of studying for both. كنت نبعت لهم هكا some homeworks some presentations من بعد بصح ما كنتش نقرا no I couldn't attend classes I couldn't attend anything from my home university من بعد كي رجعت أنا رجعت في ديسمبر رجعت في ديسمبر جوست يومين قبل لي فاكونس تاع الشتاء خرجنا فاكونس من بعد كي رجعت قرينا اون سيمين من بعد عقبنا لي كونترول كي هذيك لا سيمين اللي فيها عقبتها كامل ملي ندخل وانا مع لي بريزونطاسيون مع لي تيست مع لي homeworks so I kind of did you know a semester's worth of studying in 1 week بعد عقبت انا تاني لي زيكزامان عقبتهم عادي وحتى انا خرجت سمستر تاعي وجبت موين مليحه تاني and I managed to kill it in both basically so انتما كي تعودوا when you're gonna apply when you get accepted غير احكي with your university قول لهم give them all the details قول and talk to your teachers as well okay because même teachers they play a role and some teachers did not accept others accepted so the majority of them accepted le cas تاعي so I was able to catch up they were super helpful so just communicate talk to them that's all also a small remark the embassy will help you out by giving
Voilà,
you
j'allais parler sur ça.
Exactly. So they will give you just I contacted the embassy قلت لهم اعطوني proof بلي اني قاعده نقرا in a credible university so they just sent me you know a signed document حكمتوا لي وبعثوا لليونيفرسيتي تاعي as well so make sure you do this انتم قبل ما تروحوا okay تمدوا لهم this document قبل ما تروحوا so they can give you the right procedures to follow.
Well, I think that is it for our time today. Thank you so much, Chanez and Djoumana, for answering all of the questions, sharing your experience. Thank you, Javier, for co-hosting. And let me remind you guys, we will leave the link in the description. Do not hesitate to apply. Do not let anything hold you back.